Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports, alongside PGA of America member, non-tie wearing John Gerber. I am IndyCarTim, as we are separated by, 600 miles or so?
No, not even that. Not even 6 hours. 6 hours. I'm in Kansas City, so I'm not in.
6 hours, isn't it?
No, with 6, it just depends on who drives. It just depends on who drives.
Well, when you're driving that box truck,
450 miles. 450 miles. So it's maybe a little bit more, close to 500, but not far. Not far.
We're not even 3 minutes into the show. I'm already getting the map out and checking our math.
Right.
As we do. 7 hours, 58 minutes.
No.
Is the drive time. And
For
it is
some people-
552 miles.
Now I'm 30 miles south of Kansas City. So that's cut that
that's
off.
right. You're in, okay, so we'll put in Overland Park.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
And I'll put in where I'm at in Frisco.
So you're north of Dallas and I'm south of KC.
Okay. So how does that change it? 7 hours, 38 minutes, 468 miles.
And count off about an hour depending on who drives. That's me.
Well, I
drive
though.
fast.
I gotta
That's
pee.
it. Yeah. That's why you bring on milk jugs. Bring on milk jugs.
Used to be coffee cans back in the day. My dad would make me pee in old coffee cans. They don't even have anymore.
You know why?
Because he didn't want to stop.
No, I don't know why. I mean, milk jugs. Why coffee cans?
Well, number one, they're metal. And they won't smell out of them.
That's it. That's
Plastic
what I
milk
thought.
jugs probably will. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a ton of them because that's the only way you could buy coffee back in the 70s.
Mm.
Was in the metal cans, the aluminum.
That's fair.
Whatever kind of can with the steel
milk
top on it.
And milk was expensive back then, so you didn't want to pour the milk out. And you could recycle the plastic.
We never did any of that. We didn't have that down here. We never had recycle centers down here. Like, when you say return this bottle for a nickel or whatever, we never had those down here.
Oh, is that right?
Those still don't exist down here. No, we can't. I was always jealous.
Texas has so much money, they don't need to do any of that.
We got all the oil down here. We don't need
That's
recycling.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And you still can't take bottles and stuff to recycle them.
No aluminum cans. No aluminums. Huh.
There's probably nowadays, there's probably places you can take aluminum cans, like if you have a butt ton of them, and get your 12 cents back, whatever it is. But it ain't worth it to me.
No.
I'd rather sit at home and drink a beer than collect aluminum cans.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
We're not here to talk about the 70s and how much better things were back then. Back when me and Johnny were just little tykes walking around in our diapers, swinging our plastic golf clubs.
Well, yeah.
You were already swinging it better than me, even when we were still in diapers.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
My backswing knocked people out back in the day.
Yeah.
Still does.
Terrible. Yeah.
We are here to talk about my second favorite event on the PGA Tour calendar. Soon to be the fourth major, then soon to be the first major that everyone cares about, as it will soon replace the British Open, as that British Open fiasco will fade away into distant memory and nobody will ever remember that it existed, except on the DP World Tours where that thing will be played, where it belongs.
Okay.
It is the 2026 Players Championship, and it's going to be a good one. It's one of my favorite courses. It's one of my favorite course designers. It's one of my favorite layouts, and it's got one of my favorite holes. A couple of my favorite holes on the tour. Of course, all of this next to Augusta. Nothing beats Augusta and the Masters for me because that's usually my birthday week. And it's my birthday week, and I make a whole ordeal out of it. I had some friends invite me out of town on a little camping trip to Oklahoma, and I looked at the calendar and I said, "Man, that's the week of the Masters. I'm not going. Sorry." And they're like, "You can record it and watch it later." No, that's not how the Masters works. It's like the Super Bowl. You watch it, and the Indy 500, you watch it live, or you don't. You're not a sports fan. So I declined the camping invite, and instead I will be. And it's my birthday week, so I'm drunk the whole time, and I'm watching.
And it's camping. Yeah, who wants to go camping?
Well, when we say camping, we go and rent a cabin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're cabin. There's a hot tub. There's, everybody has their own bedroom and shower, and it's a big kitchen, and
Is it TV? They got TV?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
but we're not. We wouldn't if we went up there to Oklahoma to Broken Bow. We wouldn't be in the cabin. Every day we go out and do stuff to the brewery up there, and so I wouldn't have time to watch it if I was up there. So it's better to stay home and watch it like I do the Super Bowl every year in the Indy 500. But we had some interesting news, Johnny, come across the PGA Tour pipeline. As you're new, is he still a new commissioner? Because he's not really new anymore, is he?
I mean, he's been there for 6-7 months. So, yeah, you could probably say new. I mean, I think you got to give the guy a year, right? Or, somewhere around there.
It might be all he lasts at this rate, to be honest with you.
He's who knows? We talked about this early on JP show.
Yeah.
The press conference, and I get a little bit why he did it. He didn't want to he didn't want to step over the Players Championship with big news, right? I mean, he didn't want to break all this, but I mean, with the exception of just a couple simple things, I didn't get anything out of today's press conference that I didn't kind of know already or what was going on. But, maybe a couple things that we'll talk about here that were, maybe were brought to light to the general public. Sure. Schedule changing and events, maybe there's something like that. But other than that, it just nothing really shocked me. What really did shock me, he was a little transparent on how he's trying to make the PGA Tour a little bit more like other professional sports and the cutthroat aspect.
Yeah.
Which I took out of it. I don't know if you took out of it. That's what you took out of a little bit watching. But it was intriguing. It was interesting. I think there's a lot more that's going to come about, obviously, as the next few weeks go on. And I don't think anything, first off, is going to be implemented until 2028. But, if you want to go ahead and play the
we've got
so much a little bit.
Yeah, we've got some of his words here as he spoke live this morning. This was courtesy of the Golf Channel, I believe, is who aired this. And then we'll come back on the other side and we'll break it down a little bit for everybody.
This remains a work in progress and is by no means a baked cake. These are simply areas we are starting to see a meaningful consensus. Number one, as we look at the calendar, there is an emphasis on playing our season from late January to early September. In terms of overall structure, inclusive of the majors, the players, and the postseason, we are looking at roughly 21 to 26 tournaments on a first track of elevated events with the best players competing for higher purses. Let me break that down. Today we have 8 signature events. We are effectively looking to at least double that number. Add the 4 majors, the Players' Championship, our postseason, and the President's Cup or Ryder Cup, and you get to the 21 to 26 event range. And to be clear, we will have a second track of PGA Tour tournaments, which will ladder up to those elevated events. I will touch on that shortly. Number 2, a key consideration has been establishing more consistent fields to the PGA Tour. This means moving away from small fields and no-cut events. Our best events will have larger fields. Ideally, we are targeting something closer to 120 player fields with a cut. That consistency matters. It helps fans know who they will see and showcases who they want to see, the most competitive players. It helps partners know what they're investing in. And it helps players better understand the competitive landscape in their schedules, all while embracing meritocracy. Number 3, we want to open big with a marquee event at an iconic venue in the West, among other things, allowing us to finish on network television in primetime on the East Coast. Number 4, we are also looking closely at where we play. Today, the PGA Tour competes in only 4 of the top 10 largest U.S. media markets. That is an opportunity. We are evaluating markets like New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Boston, and many others. Places where there is a strong fan demand for our sport and a chance to reach new fans. As I mentioned earlier, our work is not just about those elevated 21 to 26 events, which brings me to number 5. There has been a lot of discussion about scarcity. Ultimately, scarcity is not about the number of events we have, but rather scarcity is about making every event we have matter. This is why we are evaluating the role of promotion and relegation between these two tracks within our competitive model. An added element that we would bring to life in the second track of events I described earlier. What we envision is a merit-based system that leans into what makes professional golf so compelling. Players earning their way to the top, with every event having greater meaning. You see this work powerfully elsewhere, including in English football, where clubs move between the Premier and the Championship based on their performance. Applying elements of that approach to the PGA Tour creates real consequence, lifting the competitive standard across the entire platform. And for our members, the message is pretty simple. Play well, and you earn the opportunity to compete in our biggest events and for more money. And lastly, number 6, we are exploring ways to enhance the postseason. We have heard from our fans and our partners they want more drama. We are considering the potential integration of match play, either at the Tour Championship or across the postseason as a whole, bringing a win-or-go-home moments to the conclusion of our season. Now, I can't emphasize this enough. Nothing has been finalized. We are still doing our work and gathering input from our players, our partners, and other key stakeholders. No recommendations have gone to our player-led boards. Looking ahead, we expect to make more meaningful progress by this summer. And following our June 22nd board meeting, I plan to host another press conference at the Travelers Championship. Between then and the Tour Championship, we will continue to provide updates on the committee's work and our path forward. Once decisions have been made and finalized, changes will be implemented through a rolling approach. As Tiger has said recently, some elements could be addressed sooner for next season, with more significant change likely to be implemented for the 2028 season, pending the necessary work to be done with our partners and other operational considerations. This is a complex process with many constituencies impacted. We will continue to move with urgency, but we are focused on getting it right. We are certainly proud of our history and just as focused on building the strongest possible future for our game and for our fans.
So there you go. There's about 5 minutes of what he went through and what he described as his top 6 goals or their top 6 themes that they hope to implement by 2028. Some of these I'm completely on board with. Some of them I'm scratching my head. I guess they're things I have to see, for instance, how they work. Like the schedule thing, I'm all for this. The number of events. I used to say you can't have too many golf events, but you really can. It does water it down at some point. For me, I like the consistent field sizes. He talked about the marquee opening with a big marquee event on the West Coast. If you're going to do that, I kind of feel like this means the end of the Hawaiian swing now, because you're just going to start in California, because now you got to be concerned. And he talked about wanting them to be, televised in prime time. Well, you can't really do that in Hawaii. You have to do it on the West Coast. And now you're worried about time zones and where things are going to be televised. That pretty much eliminates Hawaii in their time zone. I like the major market thing. I don't know why this hasn't been a thing before. Focus on those major markets for the majority of your events, so you can have the fans come and be a part of it live. DFW is going to be one of those major markets. We're a top 10 market for sure as far as the media goes for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The promotion to relegation, I have no clue how that's going to work. The track 1 and track 2 concept, I can't even fathom that in my brain right now. I don't know how that would work. I know soccer does that, but I don't see the correlation between soccer and golf, how that works. I love the enhanced postseason, the possibility of that, because we've talked about that on this show before. Johnny, what are your initial thoughts after all of these?
Yeah, I think you're getting to the scenario that we talk about all the time is, they don't want to compete with the NFL. And
who did Rolapp used to work for?
The NFL.
He came from the NFL. Yeah.
Yeah. So that model for me, they've implemented this years ago, moving the schedule to where that it does not compete with the beginning of football. And what this does now, it doesn't compete with the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Now you might have that first overlap potentially with the Super Bowl, but other than that, I don't see anything. What it does is, you made a great point. It probably eliminates the Hawaii swing. It probably eliminates Palm Springs. The American Express, what it used to be, the Pro-Am event. My thought process when you jump it in, the first event will probably be, when you say iconic events, you either go Torrey Pines, you go Pebble, or you go Riviera. So how do you work? What three of those happen? Now, two of those three are already signature events. I don't definitively ever think that Pebble Beach needs to be a signature event. I think the golf course itself lends to that. So I think you start out with a great Pro-Am I think maybe you start out with a great Pro-Am format at Pebble Beach. Maybe that's how you start. We don't know. They haven't relinquished the schedule for even next year yet. So, yeah, some of that stuff makes sense. The 120 person field, and then, the other guys or PGA Tour members get relegated down. I don't know what he's talking about when it comes to that. Where are they going to play? It sounds perfectly clear to me that there will not be alternate field events.
Right.
They're not going to be there's not going to be a Puerto Rico when you play API, which you don't like anyway. So that's probably okay with you.
I also don't like signature events, and he's talking about doubling the size of those. So now we're going to 16 out of your 20, potentially 21, or that just makes no sense to me.
Well, let's look at it at the high end. Say if there is 26 events, so you got 16 signature events, you have 3 playoff events, and you have a Ryder Cup, so that gives you to 20. Uh-oh, I lost you.
What keeps happening to your camera?
I don't know. Keep talking. So let's take a quick break. Let me fix my camera, and we'll dive a little bit more into that. And then I just bumped my camera, and then we'll dive a little bit more into that and then go into the tournament.
All right. We'll take a quick break so Johnny can fix his camera. We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports, discussing Brian Rolapp's press conference this morning about the key 6, I don't want to say schematic changes, but certainly some things that they're focusing on for 2026 or for 2028 maybe with all of this. We're going to get into the 2026 Players Championship preview, and then, of course, we will have Johnny's winning picks for you at the end of the show. I'm IndyCarTim. That is Johnny Gerber. We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. FanStreamSports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. Believe Johnny's got his internet's all taken care of. So you just bump your camera and it fritzes out on you, huh?
No, we had a bad storm here last night, and my car got destroyed, just to let you know, by hail. Destroyed.
You mean my car?
Yeah, your car. Your new car. It might be your car now. Trust me. Trust
I
me.
still drive it. I don't care.
So I'm dealing with that. I've been back for a day from my South Florida business trip. And the day I come back, it just pounds down.
You don't have access to covered parking or anything there, do you?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I do have a next door. We have an area you can park inside, but I couldn't find my cover. I normally put a cover on it when I leave, just in case something like this happens. And I didn't have an opportunity to do it. So it was a rough welcome home yesterday for sure. But it's just a car. We'll be okay. We'll be just fine.
Well, that makes me really sad. That's all right. I wanted a Land Rover anyway.
Well, okay. I'll let you drive my new Range Rover. How about that?
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take the old Jeep. I like that old Jeep. Was pretty nice, man.
That old Jeep was great. I love that thing. I'd rather have that than the Mercedes for sure.
I did too. I like that a lot. So, just to wrap things up here on what we were talking about with the Brian Rolapp press conference, some of these things I see make perfect sense. Other things I see, I'll have to see it in action. If indeed these are all things. Now, these are all just things they're talking about. They're wanting to implement, and 2028 was their target year for this. So we have some ways to go, and I'm sure we'll get way more clarification on all of these things. But man, I cannot stress enough the win or go home element to the postseason thing. To me, is what would make it so much better for the fans and better to watch on TV, and put a lot more stress on the players at the end of the season. And I've been canvassing for that for a long time. I just think the match play in the postseason would be the way to go.
Yeah, if you look at I really like it because you could look at it this way. I'm a big match play fan anyways, just not on our gambling side. Yeah. But if you have the Tour Championship, you keep the Tour Championship at 60, the last field is 32, and then you make you do a match play format from there. The top 30 as the Tour Championship. You're not playing a ton of rounds. You're playing 4 rounds playing 4 days of golf, just like anything else. And the last could be a 36 hole, just like they used to play with the old Dell match play. I think that's a great idea. I love that aspect of it. And you could have, Tour Player of the Year, and then you have the Tour Championship winner, so there's ways to certainly do that and make that compelling. What they were scared of before they got into the pod system was they were getting all their big names knocked out early, and the ratings were just trash. So that's kind of where they kind of made the pod system to where they could have the superstars play at least a couple days, and if they got out of their pod or their lot or wherever you want to say it, then they go to elimination match play. So I think they're playing around with it. I love that idea. Like I said, you can definitively see that they don't want to compete with the NFL, and nor should they. As they move the schedule later, a later start and an earlier finish only makes sense to me. Now that being said, there's still going to be events after it. I mean, they're still going to have the fall season in a smaller event field. I mean, in a smaller, not the big name stars are going to play or anything like that, but they'll still have those events. But the core event of the schedule will be between 21 to 26. And now that includes, so like I said before, if you go to the 20, if you do the 16 bigger events, the 4, tour championship or the 3 tour championship events, and then you have the Ryder Cup and the President's, that gives you 20. So there's 6 events that are going to be on that schedule to do what? Like, okay, who's getting cut? Because, Cognizant's probably out. Valspar could be in jeopardy. I certainly think the first is the American Express. I think if you break down a little bit in the John Deere, Detroit.
Yeah.
Some of these things that, some of these events, I think there's still value for some of these events, but when you really look about top market cities and stuff like that, I don't think Dallas is going to be out. But I certainly think that, maybe San Antonio, I don't know. And I really like the aspect of making it sectored out. I always like the West Coast swing and the Florida swing and make it a Texas swing and do some things like that. So I think they have a lot of things to figure out. I do. I think that, the generalization of what he came out and said probably is the right way to do it, because there was a lot of questions, and I just didn't think he wanted to overstep on the significance and really talk so much about it during the premier event for the PGA Tour and the Players Championship.
So weird time, I think, to come out with all of this, but I guess you have the attention of the golf world this week. So, it it's just weird timing for me.
And it's just where the PGA Tour headquarters are, right? Yeah, so everybody's already there. All the executives are there. And, I thought it was probably weird timing, maybe, I don't know how to say it, but it's probably the proper time to have everybody right there to be able to talk to in case there was more questions. And it's the biggest media besides the Masters. So,
yeah, for sure.
Not bad.
All right, Johnny, let's get into the actual news this week. The 2026 Players Championship. We're going to get into the course, the setup, the tournament itself, some of the players, get into the odds, and, of course, wrapping things up, we will get into your winning picks. Now, we can't do our Wheel of Misfortune picks because I'm not in studio because of a physical injury I suffered paragliding in the Himalayas.
At breaks, you still got to have some picks. We don't have to turn, but I still need you to make some picks.
Oh, I haven't prepared that, so I'll have to figure something out.
That's why we have another break.
That I have to work during anyway, so.
That's okay. Listen, it don't take you very long to do it. They don't hit anyway, so just flip the coin and you can do your own Wheel of Misfortune. Close your eyes and just.
I picked John Daly and Charlie Woods to co-win the tournament.
Sounds about right.
We have co-winners.
Yeah.
It's a tie. Sorry, guys. This year's Players Championship was a tie.
You hate ties anyways.
That's why I hate soccer. One of the 3,000 reasons I hate soccer.
You're right.
But it is the most significant event of the Young PGA Tour this season, and it will take center stage as the field of 123 golfers, as it should be, descend upon TPC Sawgrass. The last couple of seasons have seen Scottie and Rory kind of leave no doubt at the PGA Tour's flagship event. This year could be a little bit different. Scottie hasn't been the world beater. He's positioned himself over the last few events. His first round woes have given way to concerns about ball striking. Editorial note here: Scottie Scheffler may never win another golf tournament in his professional career. I'm just throwing that out there.
You said this every single year, and he just continues to go on a run. Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe that's what he needs you to say that to go on a run. Because last time you said that, he just went.
Yeah, he's like, "Screw you, dude." He was seen testing numerous new driver heads on the range there at Sawgrass this week. He appears to be searching for answers as he eyes his third player's title in the last 4 years. But at least he's on the driving range, because Rory announced on Monday that back injury that forced him out of the Arnold Palmer has kept him at home with time ticking by and the tournament approaching. So his status remains up in the air.
He's here. He's there.
He's there.
He's there. He's hitting balls. He's hitting balls as we speak. I'm watching the coverage now.
Okay.
So yeah, he's there. He's got no problem. I mean,
his health is in question though, for sure.
Yeah, it's muscular, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's probably, if there's a good part about it, but he looks fine. I'm watching him in the television ahead of me, watching him hit balls. He looks fine. He's just hitting wedges. He's slow working into. These guys a late tee time tomorrow. He'll continue to get work done on him, but I think I certainly believe he's a full go. And something happens that he has to withdraw. It's probably the right way to go about it, because he has 3 more weeks before the Masters. So if he doesn't feel well and give it a try, he still has plenty of time. But I certainly think that he's going to give it a try, and don't be surprised. If you look 2 years ago when Scottie won, he said he had a neck injury, right? So and he still won.
Liar.
So yeah, get the betting odds down or something. I don't know what he decided to do there, but hey. We'll see. What do you know? You're only going to get as much information from these guys as they let you.
Yep.
Especially with Rory, he holds it pretty close to the vest a lot of times. So, yeah, I don't foresee it being an issue. I think he gives it a run. I'll continue to watch in the progress as he hits drivers. I got the app and all that stuff that we can do, the PGA Tour Insider stuff on the range and all that stuff. So, yeah, I don't foresee it being an issue.
So we are at TPC Sawgrass this week, the Players Stadium course, my second favorite golf course on the entire schedule. One of the reasons, Johnny, is because it is the very stable, the very natural par 72, as all golf courses should be. Right at 7,352 yards, perfect length, I think, for a lot of these guys. You're looking at perfect weather, expected at 77 degrees out there right now as they're hitting on the range. A little bit windy, I think. You may have a little bit of wind this week from what I'm seeing, but nothing crazy. We're talking like maybe 15, 20 mile an hour gusts from time to time, but that's not anything these guys can't overcome for the most part. But tell us a little bit about the course, how you expect it to play this week, and who may have issues with it and who traditionally may not have issues with it.
Yeah, if you look like something like this, they're going to have a little spotty weather. It looks like maybe on Thursday and then or Friday, Sunday, they might get some rain. But this time of year in Florida, man, you can get some crazy different types of weather. It's the temperature, temperature in March could be nasty. You've had some nasty cold day, but it looks like temperature wise, it's going to be just fine. You're just going to get some wind and some potential rain. That first off will do the most important thing. They're not going to touch the rough. But so the rough will probably get to 5 or 6 inches, but it's not a 5 or 6 inch Bermuda. It's an all overseeded golf course this time of year. So it's the bluegrass. Not saying that's easy by any means, but if you have 5, 6 inch Bermuda, you can't see your golf ball. So a little bit different when it comes to that. It'll play a little bit softer if they do get the rains. Doesn't really affect most of these guys out there. They hit it plenty far. Obviously the wind and being exposed to golf course and some of these holes, especially, the iconic 17th hole is going to be something, but you're not going to get anything over 15 to 20 this week. So I see scores being pretty good. If they do get that rain and soften it up, they want this place. The hardest this place plays when it plays firm and fast because the undulation of the greens. For me, when I handicap the card and I look at, I make so many comparisons to Augusta, in terms on how these guys play, not only because they play the same golf course a lot. It's just, it requires you to hit uncomfortable shots in ways that the holes aren't particularly shaped. So if you're to make it really simple is, most people who look at a dogleg right hole, the hole shapes right to left. Pete Dye likes to make you hit a cut against the left to right hole. So he tries to trick you in terms of sight lines. He tries to trick you in terms of visual trouble that potentially can't be there, but he makes you hit golf shots that maybe not are required for the hole to have your best result where it finishes. So You have undulating greens, very, very, very similar, not to the extreme as Augusta, but you have tiered greens. You have to know where to miss it. And form and course knowledge is key here. So you can't go in and fake this place or you'll shoot a million. So when you start to combine those things and you look at the past successes that these guys have, it has a great, strong correlation with the past successes of the guys who play very well at Augusta. Now, it doesn't have the elevation changes that Augusta does, but it certainly requires you to hit golf shots very, very similar to Augusta. And that's why you see guys who play well here play well at Augusta.
Yeah, and the course is always just in perfect shape, and it's one of those ones that just on TV it translates so well. And it's one of the reasons it's I'll never get there. I have so many other things to get, places to get, like Augusta as far as golf goes, before I ever get to Sawgrass. Maybe one of these days, but it's
you like it because of the train wrecks. You like it because of the train wrecks. Trust me, you like it because the last 3 holes could just be a train wreck, and
I love it.
You could win or lose the golf tournament on the last 3 holes, which I like too. I really do. I mean, a 5-shot lead with 2 holes left at the Players Championship doesn't always mean anything. That's a very, very difficult way to finish a golf course. Even 16, the par 5 isn't a layup or a bunny for these guys because the water is on the right. And listen, what I really like is you have to play the last 3 holes. All three holes are very different, right? So you got the water on the right on 16, a par 5. Most of these guys, if they hit a decent drive, but it kind of goes out left and into the right. So it makes you hit a draw, and then you have to hit a cut into the green if you're going forward in 2. And then obviously 17 is 17, but in 18, you got to shape it right to left.
Right.
And you see so many times these guys just hit it straight and just blowtorch it in those trees, and it makes an awkward shot. So, yeah, I mean, it makes you uncomfortable in almost every single hole there, and that's what Pete Dye wanted to, and especially on the last 3 holes. I mean, if you look in history, I don't really know in history, how many guys had a 3, 4, 5 shot lead going into the last hole, not definitively on the last day, but days in general. They don't win the golf tournament a lot of times, right? Because I'm not saying it's the best closing 3 holes in golf, but I think it's probably the most challenging 3 holes in golf. And when it comes into trying to win a golf tournament.
Looking at your odds, you have your normal favorites up at the top. Scottie, of course, 4-1, no value. You don't bet him. Even if you win, you're not winning anything. Surprisingly, Rory at 13-1 with his potential health issues there, but a lot of the odds makers like him up top. Collin Morikawa, 19-1, showing in our top 3 favorites this week. At 25-1, Xander Schauffele, Ludvig Åberg, Tommy Fleetwood. Åberg seems to be finding his legs again on the golf course. Who knows what he's been dealing with? We don't really know. I think we suspect still some health issues with him, which for those to be lingering this long is a little concerning, I think, for a guy his age, certainly, and for a guy with his swing and how much he depends on his body, kind of like Tiger did back in the day. You got to be at the tip-top peak of health physically for his game to work. And then Tommy Fleetwood again at 25-1. Some of the guys down lower on the list that I was a little bit surprised. Chris Goddard 40-1, Hovland at 40-1, Ben Griffin 55-1, Kurt Kitayama at 55-1 surprised me a little bit. I like that. Pearson Coody making an appearance on our odds list, and you know what? Pearson Coody you might find on my wheel this week at 80-1 to win. But where will he be on my card? Because Johnny gets to pick.
Hold on.
I like Pearson Coody. What do you got against Pearson? Looks like your snot rag.
That's trash.
I hope it was
trash.
snot. At least I hope it was snot.
Trash.
Kazmir Keith Mitchell way down at 80-1, along with your guy Taylor Pendrith and your favorite golfer Wyndham Clark at 100-1. Davis Thompson, the soon-to-be divorced Davis Thompson at 100-1. God, I could be 100-1 odds to win this thing. What's he doing? Keegan Bradley and Thorbjorn Olesen, all at 100-1. Your lowest odds guys that I see here, Johnny. Any thoughts of William Mao winning this thing at 400-1?
No.
Gary Woodland at 400-1.
Yeah, I'd love to see. He's just not in the right mindset. I would love to see Gary. I mean, if ever anybody's watching the coverage and they're, his story is, really, he lives 2 blocks from me here in Kansas City. And, if you want to root for anybody, that's a guy you want to root for. And they're going to do some coverage about Gary Woodland's PTSD that he's dealing with, and been very candid and open about him. I not getting to know him very well here, but I've spent a little time with his dad this year. His dad works at a really good golf course here at Firekeeper. Guys in this PGA section that I am in now, as a coach, are really good friends with him. He's very accessible to guys. He's always around. He's always at the PGA section events. Yeah. He's a guy, if you want to root for a guy, that's a guy you want to root for.
Danny Walker, Adam Schenk, Brian Campbell, and Eric Van Rooyen at 1,000-1, along with Cam Davis and Joe Highsmith. Anybody coming out of that group, Johnny, that are going to make the cut?
Cam Davis. Cam Davis plays well here. He fits the mold a little bit. His form has just been, kind of trash. He went down to Australia and played some solid golf. So if you pair those guys up, I think Cam Davis might be a guy that I'm not saying he's going to win, but he's always had some success here. So don't be surprised if you see him on the leaderboard.
All right, there are your odds. Those are courtesy of FanDuel, by the way. We're at FanDuel.com. They're not a sponsor, but we got to give them credit for the odds. Sure. Tell you what, we're going to take our second and final break of the show. I'm going to put my wheel together, and then I'm going to figure out in the next 3 minutes and 29 seconds, which is how long our break is, how to put my digital wheel that's on the computer on our screen so that I can share it with everybody like I do when I'm in studio. And then we'll let Johnny pick the winner, top 10 and top 20. And then after that, of course, after the entertainment part of the picks, comes Johnny's winning picks for you. Where you're going to make your money, Johnny will tell you all about it. We are From the Rough on FanStream Sports. I'm Tim. That's Johnny. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports as we wrap up a preview Wednesday, the 2026 Players Championship. I'm IndyCarTim. That's Johnny the Gerbman, Hellstorm, Mercedes, Gerbinator. Breaks my heart just a little bit. I almost couldn't finish the show.
I'll get it fixed. I got to take it to.
I'm a little tore up.
I got to take it to. I got to take it to the shop. I'm going to our. Do some shows up in Columbus next week at our FanStream Studio Sports in Columbus. So I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop the Black Rocket off. Let them fix all that. The Black Rocket.
I don't think we should call it that.
Why?
That's like Big Red kept calling every time we talk about what's his name? Old Bengals quarterback.
Red Rocket.
The Red Rifle.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Big Red always called him the Red Rocket, and I'm like, that's not his name, dude. No. My dog's got a bigger Red Rocket than he does. Anyway.
We need to get with JP and get those our sponsor there in Tampa, big sponsor of the Hyundai. We need to get some of them Hyundais.
Genesis.
Those are nice.
Genesis of Tampa, the Murphy Auto Group. Mike Murphy's a really good dude over there too, by the way.
Yeah, we need to get a nice little lease program or something for FanStream Sports. Why can't we do that?
I don't know, because I don't think JP can facilitate that. I don't think he has the know-how or the business acumen.
Okay.
To enable something like that. We need somebody with some business brains like John Gerber.
Okay, who's that?
Business brain Gerber over here. That's why you're our leader. That's why we rely on you for things. All right, Johnny, I believe I have my wheel here as we get into,
boy, this is going to be good.
Let's get our music going here as we do the music for both of us. And let's see if I can put this up here to where we can. There it is, kind of. I have to go full screen on this.
That is awesome, dude. I love that.
Let me go full screen here. So for those of you not watching the video, I have on my 7 picks. I only have 7 picks for everybody. And then Johnny will determine which spin determines my winner, my top 10, and my top 20, right? And then so normally I have all of the picks predetermined or the numbers pre-written down. But as we go, I'll just tell you guys whatever this person lands on, whatever pick it is, where they're at with their numbers, courtesy BetUS.
You might want to take there's a little box there that's showing like keeping up with the Kardashians or something. Like you might want to take that off the screen.
Well, that's just a video that shows up, yeah. All right, so for those of you not watching visually on the recorded podcast, my 7 golfers I have on here, Max Homa, every week, Brooks Koepka, Pearson Coody, Maverick McNeely, Collin Morikawa, Ryan Gerard, and Russell Henley. Those are my golfers, my 7 golfers. So what we do is we say, Johnny, this is my first spin. Does this represent my winner, my top 10, or my top 20?
This is going to be top 10.
All right, my top 10. We will spin the wheel. How about Russell Henley?
Nice.
Johnny, for my top 10. So Russell Henley has been selected. Russell Henley for top 10. Bring me the head of, when I find him on my list here. Oh, he can't be this low. I must have missed him already.
Yeah, he's top 15 favorites.
Yeah. There he is. Plus 300, Johnny.
I love it. That's a great
for Russell Henley in my top 10.
Love it.
All right. Now, my second spin.
Outright winner.
Okay. How do I get? How do I get back? Why I can't get Russell Henley off the thing?
I guess he's outright winner, top 10 and top 20 this week.
Go back. Oh man, tell me I don't have to redo all the names. Come on. Okay, good.
No, there we go.
I was about to be pissed. All right, John, this is for who? For what position?
Outright winner.
Outright winner. Here we go as we spin the wheel. Looking for big money, no whammies. How about Pearson Coody as my outright winner, Johnny? Pearson Coody as my outright winner, Johnny, is 90-1.
Laidlaw waste. That's waste management. Waste management.
90-1.
Yep. Nope.
Thanks to Johnny.
Yep. And now the top 20.
And now our top 20. Here we go as we spin the wheel for the final selection for Tim's Wheel of Misfortune card. Doing it digitally because I'm not in studio. Uh-oh, look at this.
Dun, dun, dun.
Max Homa.
It couldn't have worked out more in your favor.
Where is Max in our top 20 as we peruse?
+3, I'd say +420. 380 to 420 be my guess.
All right. How about +450?
Yeah, okay, good. That's it. We always talk about value, right? And that's good. He's playing better. I like it. He's just weird enough to play this weird-ass golf course, so it might be a good fit.
Man, how about that? That was kind of fun doing that.
Yeah.
So to recap, Pearson Coody, 90-1 is my winner. Russell Henley at +300, my top 10, and Max Homa at +450 in my top 20. Now we get to what really matters as we get into Johnny's winning picks. I thought I added your stuff here. I guess I didn't. Give me just a second. Thought I had it. I used to have it. Here we go. Right here on the screen for you, Johnny.
Like we talked about early, not been the greatest run the last couple of weeks, but listen, the first 4 weeks were extremely profitable. Last couple of weeks we hit goose eggs. It doesn't happen rarely, so this is ebbs and flows.
It doesn't happen rarely. You mean it does happen rarely?
It happens rarely. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. It doesn't happen. Let's just say that at all.
That's true. That's true.
But unfortunately did. But we did get on the good side of our matchup, 6-5-1. We are down 940 for the year, 940. So listen, we say these things and these stats and these numbers because we're transparent. We're not hiding anything. This is what it is. This is how but we've been in this worst case scenario before. That's why it's extremely important to play every single week. And don't think you're bigger than the room. Don't think you can dive in and out. If you do, that's a long, long season. We're going to get back on the horse. We've done extremely well here in the past. Ludvig Åberg, 26-1. Like him in this spot. When he gets to Florida, he starts to play well. The warmer weather helps him. I don't know what goes on in California. Doesn't like the weather out there. But listen, this guy has a perfect temperament for this place. He's played well at Augusta. And look at the theme and look at how we're comparing these guys. Guys who play well at Augusta will play well here. That's the basis of this card. Åberg, I love, 26-1.
Yep.
Cam Young, 31-1. Weird number, I know, but we're going to take 31-1. The guy hits it high. I think the confidence that he got last year in the Tour Championship, he got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, but great value. We always talk about value, 31-1. Like him in this spot. This guy's meant to break out. I mean, he's played well at Augusta, hits the ball high. It's not going to be extremely windy, so I really like him. My guy, I'm going to ride him. I'm riding him all year.
You are.
I'm just going to. Sepp Straka, 40-1. He's the guy. I'm just going to tell you. We say it every single week. You walk down the driving range, it's just a little bit different. It is. Listen, length, the only thing that hurts him at Augusta is hitting the ball lengthwise because it plays soft. He's not one of the longest guys on the PGA Tour, middle of the pack. But length is not going to make that much difference when it's a firm golf course. You look at him 2 years ago when he won Cognizant, when it was firm. I just like this guy a lot. I think the confidence of the Ryder Cup last year is going to help him to go over to the finish line and a big event. He's got all the tools, guys. I'm just telling you, he has all the tools. 40-1 is great. If you believe in karma, Shane Lowry, 50-1.
Oh, man.
Lowry. I love this pick. Here's where I'm going to tell you why. he's very transparent. He missed the cut at API, and he said, listen, that's the best thing that could ever happen to me, missing the cut. He said, I took my kids to Disney World. I was so caught up how much I shit the bed week before that I couldn't get over it. And playing the API, I think he's refreshed. I think he plays well here. He's extremely creative. Big time deal here. I love him in this spot. 50-1. Biggest value on the board. I love this pick. It's my favorite pick next to the guy we'll talk about, the last pick at the end. These two guys are my favorite two picks. Two top tens. Hideki Matsuyama and Dirt Nap at plus 300. Dirt had to withdraw last week with some injury or health, whatever it was. He's been playing a lot of golf. I think he needs to be refreshed. He's been playing really good golf. He's AON top 5 all year. I like him in this spots. He can cover some of these angles that a lot of these guys can't cover because of his length. I like his form coming in. Hideki is. I wanted to put Hideki to win, but the only thing Hideki has to drive the ball a lot better than he has been.
Yeah.
That's the only concern with Hideki. He's very good out of the rough on a lot of different places, but a lot of these places when you have the rough, you have to have some force carries over water when you hit it in the rough. If he drives it solid, you're going to see Hideki on the top of this leaderboard because it's not going to be extremely windy and he hits the ball extremely high. I like his play. Besides that, and obviously a Masters winner is going to transfer well. Has played well here in the past. Two top 20s, Minwoo Lee, my brother-in-law, plus 220. I got a soft spot for my brother-in-law. I have to put him in this spot. 54-hole leader 2 years ago. So he knows this golf course. Again, creativity, he has it in spades. I'm going to put him in this spot. Best pick of the week, Jordan Spieth, plus 550. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, if you guys pay attention, if you got Jordan Spieth last night or this morning, you got him at 550. If you got him 3 hours ago, you probably got him at 300. So that's telling you the sharps, including myself, are betting a lot on Jordan Spieth to finish in the top 20. He hasn't finished out of the top 20 all year long. His line, he's swinging at it on the coaching standpoint and technical standpoint better than I've ever seen him as a professional. I like the way he's doing. I told you this year, Jordan Spieth, just like JT did last year, bounce back year for Jordan Spieth. He's well on his way. I know you say he's going to miss the cut. We can have a side wager on that if you prefer. Love Jordan Spieth at plus 550. I got him at 550. A lot of other people probably, if you're just now getting hit to him, you're probably going to get him in not that much.
Yeah.
That's telling you a lot of people are betting Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem in the top 20. He's just never going to win another tournament until he gets divorced. And
that could be another wager. That could be a wager on the divorce and wager on him winning another golf tournament.
Guys that are playing really good golf that get married, their game falls apart, and then guys who are married that are playing decent and they have kids, their game falls apart. Just look at Scottie Scheffler, never going to win another golf tournament. So that's all on him.
Coming from the guy that hurt his leg in a practice swing playing golf, so that's just what it is.
I wish it was that sexy.
Yeah.
I need to think of a really cool story to tell people how
tell them because the story that was actually
paragliding over the Himalayas is pretty good.
Yeah, like
Crash landed.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That's he's going over. You ever see that movie? That's a good movie, actually.
No, not the Ben Stiller one. The original one is the best.
What was the original one? I never saw that.
It's from the 50s. It's from the 50s.
Who played that? Jerry Lewis or something?
Who did play Walter Mitty in that one?
That movie's good. I like that movie.
So I didn't care for the Ben Stiller one.
I don't watch anything that's black and white.
Why? That's all the good stuff's in black and white.
I know.
It was from 1947. So it was indeed in black and white. Danny Kaye. Danny Kaye played. You know who Danny Kaye is? Oh, come on. Yes, you do.
Figure skater.
And Virginia Mayo was the female lead in that one. Danny Kaye's great.
Dukes Mayo?
No.
There's only one Mayo in the world called Dukes. Used to be called
else.
Dukes. Now it's called Dukes.
Dukes mayonnaise is really good if you want to go if you want to go for a
Texas.
It's not Texas.
Texas Mayo, it is too.
No, it's not. Dukes is not made in Texas.
That's why it's called Dukes.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
They named it after John Wayne.
That's why he's from Texas.
He's not from Texas, from California.
No, they didn't name it after John Wayne. You make
They didn't name it after Texas either.
Yeah, they did. Used to be called Dukes. Now it's called Dukes. You ever go to that place over on Addison, Dukes? I was like, me and
Dukes Roadhouse. Yeah, I've been stabbed.
Oh, man.
I got stabbed twice at Dukes Roadhouse back in the day.
That's good. That was a good spot then. What girlfriend were you messing with?
2 of my 5 stab wounds in my life have come from Dukes Roadhouse in Addison. It's not Dukes Roadhouse anymore.
I know they closed.
Been a number of things.
It's like a Caribbean grill or something. I don't know what it is, but me and Waterbeds, that was our spot.
We were probably there at the same time at some point.
I probably stabbed you.
You probably stabbed me, yeah. me and Grego from the ticket used to hang out there quite a bit, and
I probably stabbed you.
We never once started a bar fight there, but we sure as hell finished a couple.
Yeah,
back in my younger days.
I can't see that place being that rowdy. Why was
it got rowdy, man.
Really?
I'm telling you, yes.
I never.
And it usually was a result of them either serving minors, who would get rowdy, or over serving adults who would then get rowdy. And that's one of the reasons it ain't there no more.
They served those like 64-ounce beers or something. I remember that they had those big. That
was a fun place to hang out, man.
It was fun. I had a lot. That was my first stint living in Dallas. That was probably, man, that was early like 2000. Yeah. And it was that whole Addison area was fun back then.
It's gone downhill now.
Memphis. Well, that's Memphis
right is still there.
Shuck and Dive, Memphis.
Shuck and Jive.
Those places.
It's connected to Memphis. There's a little door that goes between them.
Yeah, that was fun.
We can do a show at Memphis sometime, man. Emerald City Band used to be at Memphis all the time, and that's where I first saw them. Really, really good. So, all right. Well, there is our jog down memory lane. Tim getting stabbed. And the explanation of how I blew my right knee out, I was what did I say? What was I doing over the Himalayas? It wasn't windsurfing. What was I doing?
Kite surfing, I guess, over the Himalayas. Yeah, and I blew my knee out. So I'm going to stick to that story because that sounds really good. I like it.
If I ever get back to Revel, I'll just tell everybody I was kite surfing over the Himalayas.
Well, we mean if you ever get back to Revel, like, come on, dude.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm never getting back anywhere again the way my knee feels right now.
Well,
I can't even drive. I still can't drive. So
you got to ice it.
Oh no, I got all that. I got a brace. I got the crutches. I got all of it. I got all my medicine. I got my muscle relaxers that are great, by the way.
Yeah. Cocktails are good.
It says drink with extra alcohol is what it says on the side of the thing. So
I don't
got my vodka muscle relaxer cocktail that I got to mix every night before I go to sleep. We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports. We will, at least I will. I don't know if we will, but I will be back on Monday with a recap.
We'll be back Monday. I'm here Monday.
All right, listen to that. You guys get a Johnny Monday show. That's going to be amaze balls. And we will talk about your winner, Max Homa, or Pearson Coody could win this damn thing on Monday to recap the 2026 Players Championship. What went right? What went wrong? Who failed miserably? Talking to you, Jordan Spieth. Who played great? Talking to you, Max Homa. And all of the money that Johnny made everybody this week, we'll get into it on Monday, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, live right here on FanStream Sports, or later that same day, wherever you get your podcasts on your favorite podcast app, or always available at FanStreamSports.com. I'm Tim, that's Johnny. Until next time, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.